again to another episode of Kids Can, and I have new friends with me today. I have Douglas and I have Alex, and I saw this really neat thing called Gough Dough on the internet, and I thought, what an interesting thing to try to make with some kids. And so they agreed, yes, to come try to help me make it. And so they have picked out some Van Gogh pictures that they're going to try to make their Focaccia bread look like. And so Douglas, I'm going to show your picture now. This is the picture that you're going to try to make. And mine is blue irises. And it looks like this. And then Alex is going to make this one. So give us a couple minutes and we'll see how it turns out. So the first step is we're going to start with our so these are, you're going to decorate the dough with lots of neat fresh herbs and vegetables. But before we get into that, we are going to start with the pre-ferment. And you have to do this that's why I'm starting with it, because I found this on a bakery, and I will look it up and put the link to where I found this idea at. And so she suggests that you start this step a whole night before, and I started this about 7:30 this morning, so I'm about, 8 hours instead of 24 hours, but she said it just goes towards the texture. So this is the first step, is you have to we got some measurements we got to do. So the first thing is you're going to need a bowl. Can you grab the flour? Alrighty, and we're going to do the yeast. And I'll let y'all take turns. Yeah. So yeah, I was worried. I had bought this. I went to the store yesterday. I was really pre-planning, and I was worried that they don't have any at the store right now. It's like one of those weird things like toilet paper that's sold out. And then I remembered that I had thought about making elephant toothpaste. Have y'all seen it? Yeah.
We've always wanted to do
that. And so I had bought this to make elephant toothpaste. So I had some. So yay, thumbs up for that. And so the first step is we need to put 1 cup of flour. So Alex, you want to measure out the flour? So just make it nice and flat. When you're baking, is pretty scientific, so you kind of have to be fairly close to the right measurements. All right, good job. You want to use a knife and do the back of the knife and make it all nice and flat? Tag team. All right. Good job. All right, is that a whole cup, or that's a half? So we'll need 2 of those. I also forgot we need some water. All right, tag team. All right, and put that in. All right, and then while Alex is doing the yeast, will you run and fill that up with water?
Yes.
All right. You want to do the yeast?
Yeah.
All right, you take that and get some water, and then we need.
I'll rinse it out first. How are you supposed to open this?
It's like yeah. Oh. So you need 1 of those, and so you need a quarter teaspoon of instant active dry yeast. And I'm gonna leave a link of the recipe in below. All right, and you can stir that up a little bit. Alrighty, go ahead and dump that in. You can go ahead and dump that in too when you get over here. You need 3/4 cups of water, and then you're gonna mix it up, and you get kind of this like soupy paste.
Oopsies. Careful.
Yeah, and so when you're gonna cover it up with saran wrap, and you're gonna just leave it like it didn't have to be in a warm place. You're just gonna leave it at room temperature for 24. She said preferably 24 hours, but 5 to 6 hours. 3 to 4 hours. 3 to 4 hours. All right, you can set that over, and we will. That's okay, because this is through the magic of television. Grab the yellow bowl. All right, and so after several hours, it ends up looking like this. We got some nice. What do y'all think? How would you describe that? It's
yellow stuff.
Yeah.
Looks like slime.
Yeah, it's like bread slime.
Bread slime stuff.
Bread slime. And it smells like bread. So this is our pre-ferment after it's all done. All right, we've got our pre-ferment. And so the next step after pre-ferment is you're going to put in the cup. It was, a teaspoon and a half of yeast, and then a cup of water?
Yes. 2 cups. And a cup.
Okay.
2 cups of warm water. Yeah.
So you're going to dump You're gonna dump that in, and then do y'all want to squish? That's what happens next is you squish it.
With your hands?
I'll back up so y'all can squish it. Yeah, with your hands.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna squish it until it's almost like liquid. You get all the lumps out of it.
I'm glad that I brought the towel.
Yeah.
We're gonna need more than a towel.
We might need to run to the sink after this.
Yep. Get the extra flour on the sides. Can't forget the flour.
If you know what this does, I don't know what this does. I should have researched and figured out. But if you know why you have this step, let me know, because basically it gets it really thinned out, so it's almost like water, and then you add,
Watery bread.
yeah, and then you add the water. Maybe it helps to really incorporate the other flour. It wouldn't get
It's
incorporated
like
good.
glue.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I think that's good. All right, so once you get all the lumps squished out, it's almost like it's more water. It's like a watery, soupy mixture, almost like gruel. I don't know. All right, let's go wash your hands. Pause. Well, while they're washing their hands, I thought it kind of reminds me of paper mache. So that's the kind of consistency after you put the water and yeast and olive oil into the bowl. It gets really thin. So the next step is once you've gotten all that put in, so it's nice and thin, you're gonna add 3 cups of flour. So Alex is gonna do that.
They're gonna be like, why are you taking out all?
That's okay. We pre-measured it.
Yep.
Oh, we didn't really. And then yes, and Douglas is gonna put in 2 teaspoons of salt.
It's a lot of salt. Oh, please. Getting dirty. We can never stop making a mess.
You got this nice tablecloth, so it's a little bit easier to wash off. And we got it.
Oh.
All right, so you're gonna really.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, all right, I'll work on it. Oh, we may need. All right.
It's like, save me.
So it says mix it until it's shaggy. And it actually says for 6 to 8 minutes, so we might take turns. 6 to 8 minutes is a long time to mix. I think this is where you need to get your stand mixer and turn it on, but it doesn't.
We have one.
Well, that's okay. It doesn't specify that you use a stand mixer, but so it's getting kind of shady. I actually tried it earlier. Yeah. I tried it earlier, and that was where I stopped because I didn't read the 6 to 8 minutes before it.
You can my bucket.
So once you have mixed it for 6 to 8 minutes, you just cover and let it rest for 15 minutes. And then we'll come back and talk about that in 15 minutes. So you're going to cover it for us? Thank you. I'll let you. So while that is resting, we are going to start on preparing our vegetables for the toppings. And so we have, what all do y'all see here? What all have we got
We
today?
have tomatoes, peppers,
Purple broccoli.
Purple broccoli.
onions, a big pepper, garlic,
Yeah.
knives.
Yeah. Really nice. One of the other things that I had thought about using
Celery.
was basil for the leaves and olives. Those would be good. And then also we have
Seeds.
Seeds. We got seeds we're gonna use.
Some seeds.
And then I don't really like them, so I didn't bring them. But you could, if you wanted like little spots, you could have capers.
Capers. What is that?
Caper is a pickled rosebud, if I'm not mistaken, and they're really like tart.
They don't sound good.
They're not my favorite. I'm sorry, people who love capers. They're not my favorite. Dun, dun, dun. All right, so let's get started, and we're gonna chop up our produce and get them into like little flour.
Here, we have another cutting board.
Okay, yeah. Go for it. 'Cause we finished up our vegetables, and so the next thing we're going back to our dough that we were letting rest for 15 minutes. After letting it rest, you're going to pull, and then you're gonna put it into the middle.
But
So
first,
you're
you
gonna
want to get
stir-
your hands wet.
Yeah, so it doesn't stick. You get them a little bit wet, and I'll scoot over. You're gonna pull up from the edge and put it back in the middle, and then you're gonna turn it. All right. Pull up, yeah, pull up from the in a different spot. Yes, we'll do it at 3. So at 3, you're gonna pull up from the edge and put it back to the middle, and then you turn the bowl.
Pull it from the edge. Put it.
There you go, and then you turn. And then Alex's turn.
The room's sticky.
Yeah, you can do it again. We need to do it 8 times, they said.
Get our
Oh.
hands wet
Yep.
8 times.
Well, no, knead the dough 8 times.
This is probably 8.
Okay. So after you do it 8 times, you're gonna let it set for another 15 minutes. All right. So we have kneaded this and let it rest 2 more times, so a total of 3 times. You're gonna knead the dough and put it in the center, and then you're gonna let it rest for 15 minutes for a total of 45 minutes. So we've covered it. And then after an hour, here we go. Ta-da! Look at that. That is quite the transfer.
Explodes.
It does. It really rose. And so now it's time to get it on our cooking sheet. Can you get so lightly flour surface.
Okay, flour.
Is it heavy? I don't know how heavy it is. Oh, goodness.
It looks like cobwebs.
Yeah. It's kind of cool.
A bowl of edible cobwebs.
So you put the dough on the lightly floured cookie sheet, and then you're gonna get some olive oil and put a little bit of olive oil on. Can you squish it flat first? We'll squish it flat first. All right, and then we're gonna put a little bit of olive oil on top of yours, and then a little bit of olive oil. Yeah, so like give it like a nice rub it around.
Rabbit.
Oh, generous amount.
That's a lot.
A generous amount.
This is the platform. This is basically the paper for your flowers.
Yes, exactly. The
Your
paper
paper.
for your flowers.
The paper.
I'm really excited about this. So we've got our canvas, our beautiful paper like Alex explained, and we are about to decorate. And I'm going to get out of the way and I'm going to let y'all watch them as they create their work of art. Yes. I can help you, yeah. All right, which one do you need to see your pictures?
Yeah.
The base. Like they did. So they've been decorating, and here's their finished product. That looks good. All right, it's gonna be in the oven for 450 for 24 minutes. And all right, this is our finished product, and they turned out so neat. And so we, after you take it out of the oven, after it's been in for 4 minutes, we're gonna cut it and sample it. So they did ask for it to rest for 5 minutes. So yeah, because it was pretty hot.
Yep. Yeah. It was really hot.
Butchering bread. Oh yeah, it turned out, look how nice. And it's got all those pockets in it. All right, it's still steaming, so you might want to blow on it for a little bit.
See it.
All right, and you're just gonna try the pure bread.
Yeah.
We're gonna mix the decorations. There's a nibble.
I don't want to mess up the decorations.
There you go. All right, it's hot. Yeah, blow on it. Is it good? Does
Tastes
it
like
taste
bread.
good? Tastes like bread. That's good. Are y'all future bakers now?
No.
No.
I'm a future artist.
A future artist. Well, that
With
takes
makeup.
both. Yeah, it takes both. You got to be an artist and a baker for this one. Alrighty.
This is good bread.
And bread.
Nah.
So that was. Did y'all feel like that was easy or hard?
Easy.
Pretty easy.
Yeah.
Would you try it again?
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank y'all for being with us today. And remember, these kids can and so can you. So don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
And 1, 2, 3, kids can!